Hello guys, hi. Hello. Hi everybody, hi. What's up? Hi, I am good. Okay, so I am just going to take.
How are you?
Hi, how? Good. How are you?
I- I'm great. How's the lockdown?
It's good, it's not that bad. I mean, it's fine now. I think we're all used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it for you? How's it for you?
It's great. I'm working part-time, I'm freelancing, and also college assignments are on a good to go. So yeah, it's great.
Nice, chalo, great, perfect.
Okay. So we have an audience. We have a great audience. Great. So hi guys. I am from the Communicator. Our team is a great communications platform where we interact with the bloggers, the influencers. And today we have with us is Sana. It's great that we have you, Sana. Thank you for joining us. So, today's virtual talk show is all about Sana. It's about the journey Sana has been through. We'll share her journey. Before we start out with the talk show, I'll introduce to you what the talk show is all about. So the talk show will be around in three rounds. The first round is wherein we introduce who is Sana and what she does. The second will be some specific questions that we've designed for her. And the third round will be where we will ask questions from the audience. We'll entertain questions from the audience. And yeah, we are good to go. Right, Sana?
Perfect, yes.
Okay, so let introduce yourself, Sana, to the audience. We'll
So, I have a YouTube channel where I post a lot of fashion, lifestyle, beauty related videos. And I am studying journalism, mass communication, and what else do I talk about?
Okay, great. So, well, Sana is a beauty blogger and a lifestyle blogger, an influencer. She's been traveling. She has a YouTube channel with a great reach. We are proud to see that, Sana. Congratulations to you.
Thank
So,
you.
let's start off with the conversations. Okay. So, how did you get into blogging, Sana? What inspired you?
So, when I was in school, I would say in sixth, seventh grade, I would watch all of these YouTubers from US or UK just, post a lot of nice fashion videos or lifestyle videos. People like Bethany Mota, Lily Singh, all of these people. And I thought, why is nobody in India doing that? But at the time, the concept was very new in India. Um, and in school, I was very hesitant to start because you know how it is, like you think people are going to judge you and it's not going to be like
Hmm.
it's not the most supportive environment. But then once school was over, there were a lot of people doing this, and there were so many like influencer marketing had become a thing. So then I
Yeah.
thought, okay, maybe this is the right time. Plus, I liked making videos anyway. Even in school, I would like film videos just for myself and
Hmm.
save it, not post it anywhere, but just film and save it. So then after school got over, I was like, chalo, let's just give it a shot. I filmed a video, posted it, it did well, and then I thought, okay, this is fun. Like, it's a hobby. So like people like
Yeah.
gardening, painting, dancing, I just enjoyed filming and editing, so it just became a part. And that's how I started.
That's great, Sana. That's great. So, how would you describe your vlogging style or maybe the blogging style that you do?
So I would say it's mostly like fashion specific, and I
Mm-hmm.
also make sure that so there's fashion, then there's primarily I would say 80% is fashion, 20%, 15% is all about skincare and health and all, and then the rest of it is makeup or extra stuff that I do. So it's primarily focused on quality content. That's what I try my best to give every time. So that's how I would define that. Other than that, just coming up with new tips and tricks and making it relatable for people. That's what I make sure I put in every time.
Okay, great. So you said you have a YouTube channel as well with such a great reach to the people. Your content is amazing. You've been doing so well. So what really inspired you to start up with YouTube? I mean, in specifically, you might have an idea at the back of your head that yes, this is where I need to go, and this is now is the right time that I think I should have YouTube with me. So what inspired you with that?
So I think my primary platform was YouTube. Now it's both Instagram and YouTube. But when I started, it was just YouTube. Instagram was, like it accompanied YouTube. Like, okay, people are there, people are watching your videos, and then they'll come to Instagram. But for YouTube, as I said, when in school I used to watch all of these YouTubers post, such videos. People who weren't from India. I thought, why is nobody doing it here? And
Yeah.
by the time I graduated from school, I realized, okay, maybe it's the right time, and let's try, let's see what happens. We'll see if it does well, it does well. If not, who's going to judge? School is over,
Yeah.
nobody, college hasn't started, so there's nobody who's going to pinpoint. So let's just see what happens. So that's when I knew. Plus, in school, when I would watch all of these people, I would later, while like cooking something or just while doing my hair, I would in the mirror I would start saying, "Oh hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna make a braid." So that's when I knew, okay, I wanted to do this, but I just wasn't taking it seriously enough. But then after
That's
school,
great. That's great. That's great. Okay. What is the major type of content the audience demands from you?
fashion and fashion hauls in particular, I think my audience loves Amazon haul, kurti hauls, Shein hauls, Miniso hauls, these things.
Great, great. Okay. So have you worked on any fashion campaigns with any of the organizations or something?
Like as in branded campaigns.
Yeah.
So yes, I've worked with a few. Offhand, I can recall I worked with W for Women last year during Diwali, and then a few other homegrown brands like Jaipuriyala. They have a bunch of really cool Indian wear clothes. Um, these are the ones that are just coming to me right now. FBB has their own. I worked with them for
Yeah.
a booth campaign. So all of these different brands. Yes, there's been good work.
What amongst all of them, what was your favorite campaign?
So just fashion or others? Sorry, just fashion or
Any,
others?
any, any campaign that you
I think out of all of them, Shein's campaign was really amazing because they were like, just take the clothes and be as creative as you can be and style these in different ways. So it was really fun doing that. Especially when brands aren't fixed on what you have to put out, they give you the freedom to work on it yourself. That is really nice. So I think Shein's collaborations are always nice.
Okay, great. Any funny incident while blogging or while vlogging that you would like to share with the audience?
Oh, these things keep happening. So I remember, in fact, it's not just one incident, it happens every time. Whenever we're shooting out in public, people start sharing. So this one time I was shooting for the brand in City Walk, okay, the mall. And I was standing in the middle of two lifts, and all of the people who were coming and going out were just staring as if I'm some sort of maniac standing getting my photo shoot done in the mall. This again happened for W. Again, we were in the mall and shooting, and again, people just keep staring, and I get so conscious that I start staring back at them, and so it gets really awkward, but it also gets super funny. So I think that this keeps
Great.
happening.
Can you name your favorite bloggers, like any of them that you think are doing absolutely great?
I think internationally there's Valeria Lipovetsky. In India, Larissa Disa, she's doing pretty well. There is that boho girl, Kritika Khurana. I really
Yeah.
like her content. Pretty relatable. Komal Pandey is doing well. So I like all of these people.
Great. Any future collaborations working with them? Any ideas of working with them?
Yes, yes. Maybe one day. Who knows? Oh, also
Yeah,
Malvika Sethi. I love her videos and all makeup videos.
great, great. Okay, so your mother is a motivational speaker, she's an author, and she's also the founder of TGF Lifestyle Services. I mean, she's such a great lady. So, how has her support been with you? How has she motivated you?
I think she's watching the live now. She's gonna come up and tell me, "Oh, I'm so happy I've been mentioned." She is always, I know a lot of people. I get DMs very often that we want to start our channel, but we can't do it because our families aren't supportive. They think this isn't a career. What are you doing? So I feel for me, my mom has always been the person who pushed me to do this. Rather, even in school, when I used to tell her, when I'm telling I was combing my hair, and I was like, "Hi guys, welcome to my channel." So she was the one who used to tell me, "Why don't you just start? Like, who's going to judge? Even if they judge, just let them judge. You start." But so once school got over, she really motivated me. I showed her the video that I filmed, and I was in no mood to post it. I just filmed it for myself. But she said, "No, no, post this. Ab to ho gaya na, now you post this." So she's always been there to encourage and to like with every step I take, she's always there to guide me. Ki, "Achha, ab ye kar sakte ho, ab wo kar sakte ho." And she understands this stuff now, so that's cool.
That's great. That's great. Any motivational mantra or any motivational tip that you would like to share?
Hello. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any motivational mantra or maybe any motivational tip that you would like to share with the audience?
So there's a quote that I always go by, which is, "If you never try, you'll never know." More like a song lyric. But again, if you, I feel like if you never try to take a different path, if you never try something that has been that's unexplored, you will never know if you're good at it. So many people don't start a channel or don't start doing what they're passionate about because they're so scared. But if you never try, how will you know if things will actually grow, if you will grow in that field? So that.
Great, great. So, what are your top five must-haves that you always have it in your bag? Like you cannot leave your house without having it.
All right, so my phone, power bank, lipstick, mascara, water bottle.
Great, that's an amazing thing. Okay, what was the most challenging moment in your blogging journey so far?
I think it's relatively been easy for me to do it because I had a phone with a good camera, and then when I started, like everybody was supportive. One challenge that I feel most people face when they're into this thing is um, you have to learn because you're very new to this. It's not like a regular job. So whatever you learn, you have to learn yourself. Nobody's there to teach
Hmm.
you. You don't have a senior. You don't have a boss. So whatever you learn is from YouTube, and I learned the basics. Like I learned how to make videos, I learned how to film and edit. But then once the channel came to a point where I could monetize it and get brands on board, I never knew how to negotiate or how to talk to people or how to deal with brands. So like in Sarojini Nagar, I can do it, but when it comes to talking to people on call, I can't. So so that is one thing that I felt was always very challenging. Because sometimes people are they're straight up rude. They'll be like, no, we can't do this. What are you saying? So it comes off very rude. So, and I am a very sensitive person. I can't deal with such, mean comments on my face. Even if they don't mean it like that, it's still, so what I'm trying to say is talking to people in a way that you can put out your point very effectively. That is something that I found challenging. But yeah, then you learn. So it's okay.
What is the biggest difference in your life post blogging?
I think I've become more confident because I remember before, so it kind of becomes a part of your identity. So earlier, I was just like a normal child. Like I still am a normal child. What I'm trying to say is in school it was just um, like okay. Now what I feel is I have something that I've done on my own. Like a whole community that I've built myself from scratch. So it just kind of empowers you. It gives you that confidence
Yeah.
that now that confidence is there in me. So when I walk into a room, I don't care about who likes me. That quote, but like I figure out who I like. So now it's that.
Any famous line that you would like to quote from a Bollywood movie or a Hollywood movie that describes you the best?
Okay. From a movie. The only one that's coming to my mind right now is वो कौन है जिसने मुझे मुड़ के नहीं देखा? Who is he? No, but
Great,
that was
great.
fine. It's all in fun and games.
Great, great. Okay, so we saw your videos, we saw your content on YouTube, and we saw a lot of people asking about PCOD. So we would like to know what is PCOD all about and what is it like curable, what are the symptoms and everything.
So PCOD is polycystic ovarian disorder or syndrome, wherein cysts develop in the ovaries because of which you get irregular periods. And the
Mm.
problem here is later on in life you might have problems in conceiving. So the best thing is to visit a gynecologist. They'll be able to help you the best. So there's either allopathy or homeopathy you follow for that. Allopathy, they generally give contraceptives, but if you follow homeopathy, then there are a few syrups, but mostly it's a lifestyle disease, and a lot of girls are facing this right now because we've started eating so much junk and we don't exercise enough. So, because of these things, because if you see, our parents and our grandparents never had this. It's us,
Yeah.
it's our generation, because we've become so lazy. So it's very much a lifestyle disorder. And if like I all I did was follow a diet, a very strict diet. And because of that, everything was fine. I mean, now it's all cured. So it's very easy to cure it if you just, tweak your lifestyle a little. It's not at all difficult.
Great, great. What was the most excited moment since you began to be an influencer?
Most exciting moment. I would say it's all, it's in the little things. So brands that I really, wanted, brands that I loved. For example, like Amazon Fashion, and there's Shein, obviously, then W. All of these brands. Now I get to work with them. Initially, earlier I used to be a customer, just like any other customer. Now it's just I'm a part of their whole community, which feels really nice. And apart from that, also all of the people I'm able to help, and if anything comes up and tells me that oh, your diet really worked for us, or you recommended this, I bought this and I got so many compliments, I bought this dress and it looked really nice on me. So that just makes me feel really happy. So every time this happens, I get really excited.
Great, great. Okay, we had a lot of questions from the audience regarding this. So, can a fashion blogger become a fashion designer in future?
Well, definitely. If I think if you study for it and if you research more about it, it's all about how much you practice and how much you study. Person A could be doing something like accounts, and they could get into law. They could get into fashion. It's very very easy. It's very simple to understand. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you study for it and as long as you have it in you to do it. So aptitude and interest both matter here.
Okay, great. So, we saw that you travel a lot as well. You're a travel freak. What are your top five favorite destinations that you've traveled to?
So internationally or in India?
Be it anywhere.
Um, I think the first one is definitely Mykonos, where I went last year in Greece. Then there's Athens. I really like Auckland in New Zealand. London. Oh, and LA. How can I forget LA?
Great, great, great. Any tip for the audience? Like, there are so many people out there who are, willing to start off with the industry. They are willing to become a fashion influencer, but somehow they lack confidence, or maybe somehow they don't have the motivation to get into this. So, any tip for them? Any advice for them?
But I would just say, find out what is stopping you. If you think you don't have a good camera, figure out what you can do to get a better camera. Maybe borrow your mom's phone, your dad's phone. If you think you're not very high on research, sit and find out what video you want to make, what is trending. Do your research, basic research. You don't need to like get all deep into it, but just have an idea and then just film. I know it takes a lot of courage to, press the publish button on YouTube, but just do it. Or, just like post the photos on Instagram if Instagram is your primary platform. But just start. Don't think too much about it, because until you post that first photo, you will not reach your 50th, 60th, maybe 300th photo. So just do it.
Great, great. Okay, so YouTube is altogether a different platform wherein you have a digital content and you are catering to a wide audience, whereas on Instagram you have a different type of content. So how do you manage the both?
So for YouTube, I generally stick to longer videos if I have an idea. Like PCOS skincare, I've just finished filming today. So things like acne, things like facial hair removal, all of these video ideas are long. You can't fit it into 1 minute. Or
Yeah.
also because I think most of my YouTube community follow. I like to prefer keeping Instagram short, and I don't want to post like a lot of IGTVs. I'll post one or two here and there. Or like if I go live, I'll post those things. But YouTube, I keep for all the longer videos. Instagram, I keep for the short, fun videos like clippers and snippets and this and that. But YouTube, anything that's if you really want to get deep into a topic, just follow me on YouTube.
Great, great. Okay. It was lovely talking to you, Sana. That's all of my questions that I had. Now we get on to the round three where we will entertain the questions from the audience. Audience, we throw it open to you. You have any questions, any queries, anything that you have, please share it with us and Sana will be happy to answer for you.
Yes, I think we did get a bunch of them.
Yeah, I guess we did. I guess we did. Okay, what have you put on? Okay, wait. I'll just look on to some questions over. Can you tell something about psychology as a career? It's out of the blue, but I heard you've studied it, so yeah.
Well, I studied psychology in school in 11th and 12th, and I think it's a very nice career, especially right now because mostly everybody is going through, some sort of stress, and therapy and psychologists have become to become it's become normal to seek therapy. Earlier there was this whole taboo. Now I think that's vanishing. So definitely a very good career, and you're gonna help so many people. That's like the best part.
Great. We have another question. Where do you mostly shop from?
I shop from H&M, Shein, a lot of thrift stores like thrift markets like Sarojini Nagar, Janpat, Zara sometimes, but mostly Shein.
How the another question that we have is how did you started with everything? What was the basic concept that you had in your mind?
I actually did not have any concept in mind. I know some people are like, we knew we were going to do this. I did not know what I'm going to do. I just filmed the video, and my first video is called, I think it's DIY face packs because I thought that's the easiest video to film. So I just put 3 bowls, put in the stuff inside the bowls, just started mixing it, did a stop motion video, and posted it. So I did not have any concept in mind. I just wanted to post something, so I posted. That's how I started.
Great. Okay, I have a question. Now that you mentioned the DIY, I saw that on Instagram you have a lot of DIY hacks. What is your go-to DIY hack?
Are you talking about like skincare, fashion, cooking? What?
Skincare.
Skincare is multani mitti. If you want bright skin, if you're feeling dull and lifeless, you just want bright skin, just put multani mitti and rose water, mix it up, make a face pack, and you're good to go.
Okay, another question is from I don't know the username. How do you start learning editing videos? Any reference pages you would suggest?
I did not ever, follow one particular page or YouTuber to learn how to edit. I think mostly I knew how to work my way around Final Cut or iMovie or whatever app it is that you're using. They're pretty basic and they're self-explanatory, but if there's something that you want to learn which is very specific, you can obviously search it up on YouTube. That's how I learned a lot of these things, green screen and things like that. You learn all of these through YouTube. So specific things you can learn from there. But the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory, all of these softwares.
Another question we have is how you get the aesthetic beach kind of view vibe on YouTube video. Which lighting do you prefer?
I honestly just open my door and I sit in front of that. So there's natural lighting, there's nothing other than that. And I color correct it with, I use the Final Cut Pro color correcting feature. So just add a little bit of pinks and, reduce the greens, just play around with that.
What are your future plans, Sana?
As of now, my plan is to graduate and get a farewell. And after that, hopefully, let's see. I think I'll take up YouTube for a while, seriously, like full time, and then we'll see maybe masters.
Great. We have a question from Zoya. How do you deal with open pores?
Open pores are very it's a natural thing. You can't do anything naturally to get rid of open pores. You can only reduce the size. You can shrink your pores by using ice. So take an ice, wrap it in a tissue paper, and just start dabbing it onto your open pores. It will shrink the size for a while, but there's no way naturally that you can get rid of open pores unless you go to a dermatologist or a clinical person and they sort of shrink it up or they close the pores.
Okay. Prakriti asks, I'm confused if I should go for a creative field like mass comm or a business related field. Do you have any advice on how I should go about considering doing mass communication and journalism?
I feel like this we both can answer.
Yeah.
So for a creator, it depends on what you are good at. So people have an analytical side of their brain, and then there's a creative side. So figure out what it is that interests you. If you think you're more creative, then get into that. Get into mass comm maybe. And even after doing mass comm, there are so many business related things that you can do. You don't need to stick to just creative stuff. Maybe you could manage the whole thing, media management and entrepreneurship. That's a subject I'm studying. So you could get into all of these things. So don't restrict yourself. Even after doing mass comm, you can do business. So
Hmm.
think about what you want to do personally.
We have a lot of questions coming in. I would definitely love to Sana to answer all these, but we have lack of time. So Sana, my last question is, how would you sum up your journey so far? How has it been, and what are the future prospects that you're looking forward?
The journey has been really, really nice. I think everybody on the channel has been super supportive, and they've just stuck by as a community. Like we've all grown together, we've all grown as a community. So I think it's been really nice. And as for the future, let's see what happens. I'm not, I don't want to jinx anything by saying anything, but I just hope we grow, and we all become a very loving, nice, fashion-loving community.
Great. Also, Sana, I saw that other than fashion and lifestyle and beauty and travel, you're also into social service. You've been really active with the social service. So, what's your take on that?
I think no matter what you do, if you are privileged enough, and if even if you belong to a good family, and whatever it is, from whatever background you come, social activities are something that you should always be a part of. So like there's this NGO, My Angels Academy, that I was volunteering with a few of my friends. So we take our time, we go to the NGO, we sit with the kids, and that sort of happiness it gives is like, I can't compare it to anything. You can't compare it to anything materialistic. You buy the most expensive car or the most expensive garments, yet you won't be as happy as you'll be if you go and spend time with them, because they get so happy seeing them, you get so happy. Are you there? Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Network is kind of low.
It's okay, no problem.
Yeah. So, Sana, it was great talking to you. We had a great time. The communicator teams wishes you all the best for your future endeavors. May you do great in life and may you do all good.
Thank you.
Also,
Thank you.
a take on a take on the communicator.
I think very professionally done, and I'm glad that you guys are having this series going on, because it's so important to motivate other people to like, if A or B or C can do it, I'm sure everybody can do it. So it's
Yes,
so important to just bring everybody together to understand that you have it in you and you can do it. And I'm glad that you're taking up so many different people from our generation just to motivate people. I wish I had seen something like this before starting the channel. I would have done it sooner. So great job.
great. Thank you, Sana. Thank you for joining us. It was lovely having you.
Thank you for organizing this. Thank you so much.
Stay safe, Sana. Bye bye. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this live. I hope you all enjoyed, and do check out the communicator. They go live very often, and they're going live with a lot of different people. So yeah, you might just get motivated to start something you've always wanted to. I will see you all very soon, and the new video will also go up very soon. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. See you.